Welcome to my deep videos in my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NBA 2024-2025 standings week 10, where the last week was played the week 10 on NBA 2024-2025 season, and yesterday finished it. And today we'll start the week 11. This week is the last week of the year, and also in the same time is the first week of the next year 2025. So for that reason, like the last nine videos, I'm going to talk about who are the NBA standings in both conference, Eastern and Western, throughout 10 weeks of games. So let's start with the Eastern Conference. Remember, in this moment, the Cavaliers, for 10 straight week, they are leading the Eastern Conference. In this moment, they are the best team and they have the best record, 27-4. They have six winning streak, sorry, and they have won 9 of the last 10 games played. They are playing a very great basketball, and they defeated, I think so, the last week the Celtics. And you can see here that the Celtics had a very bad week because in the last 10 weeks they have a 5 record, and they are the Caps now they have a 4.5 game advantage against the Celtics. So they are creating that enough gap to lead the conference. But in the end, I think that the Eastern Conference are gonna to win it by the Celtics, but because there is still a lot of season to be played. In the second place are the Boston Celtics with a 23-9 record, but they have a very bad performance in the last 2 weeks. You can see here that now they are closer to the Knicks and Magic for the Cavaliers, where the Knicks in this moment are the best team in the last 2 weeks in the Eastern Conference because they have a 22-10 record. They have 7 winning streak, and they are one game behind the Celtics. So if the Knicks have a great week and the Celtics have a bad week, maybe the Knicks are going to take the second place. And you can see here that this is very close. In the fourth place are the Orlando Magic. They have been in the first 3, 4, and 5 places. The Magic in this moment, no one is talking about the Magic, but in this moment they have a 2014 record and in the fourth place in the Eastern Conference, and they have been in the first four places in this season. This is amazing. The Atlanta Hawks, remember that didn't start very well the season. Now in the last month, in December and the last days of November, they started to play in a very good basketball, and in this moment they escalated to the fifth place. They have a 18-15 record. They have four winning streak, and for that reason they are in the fifth place. You can see here there are 2 games behind the fourth place at the Orlando Magic, so they need to continue to win games to escalate more position. The Bucks, remember that they started very bad the season. Since November they started to play very great, and in this moment they are in the sixth place. They have a 16-14 record. In this moment, they remember that the last week I think that they were in the same position. They didn't play a very great week, but in this moment they are in the playoff zone. They have the same record of the Miami Heat, the 16-14, and in this moment, because the Bucks have a very better performance in some games, for that reason the Bucks are in the playoff zone, and the Miami Heat are in the playing zone. Remember that the Miami Heat, the most probably they are gonna to trade Jimmy Butler, because he looks like that he doesn't want to be anymore with the Miami Heat, and he has some problem with the front office, especially Pat Riley. So the most probably is that the Jimmy Butler is gonna to be traded. The most probably I think that he's gonna to land in Golden State or in the Houston Rockets, but let's see. The Pacers, in this moment, they fell to the 8th place. They have a negative record, 16-17, but in this moment, they are 1.5 games behind the Bucks and the Hits. They are above them. In the Chicago Bulls have the same record that the Detroit Pistons, 14-18 record, and in this moment, these two teams, the Bulls and the Pistons, are in the last place in the playing zone. You can see here that the 76er and the Knicks the 76er have a negative record, 12-17, but they have a 3 winning streak, and be careful because they have a top star players like the Embiid, like and Paul George and the War. I don't Tyrese. So I think that if they are gonna to recover, and I think that they're gonna to qualify to the playoff, maybe as a play-in or playoffs. But be careful because in this moment they are 1.5. 5 games behind, no, 1 game behind the Pistons and the Bulls, 2 games. So if they started to winning more games, they're gonna to enter to a playoff, to a play-in. The Sun in the last week, the next week, and then Brooklyn Nets. That remember that they trade for the Angelo Russell yesterday. I think that they're gonna to compete, and the Angelo Russell is gonna to improve the team, and they're gonna to fight to enter to the playing zone, and this is gonna to be amazing. And in my opinion, the Hornets, the Raptors, and the Wizards are eliminated because these three teams are three of the worst teams in the league. You can see here that the Hornets have a 7 losing streak and the Raptors have a 10 losing streak. So these three teams are the three worst team in the league. So these three teams are eliminated, and the rest of the teams are fighting to enter to the playoffs. You can see here that this is a very bad conference because only 8 teams have a winning record. But you can see here that these three teams are creating that gap. You can see here that the Cavaliers, the Celtics, and even the Knicks are going to fight for the first 3 places or the 5th place. The Orlando Magic is between the first three places and the 5th, 6th places, and you can see here that it's very close because for the 5th place the Atlanta Hawks, to the 9th place, to the 10th place the Detroit Pistons, there is only 4 games difference, so everything can happen. And in the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder are still leading this conference for 5 or 6 straight week. They have the best record, 26-5. They have an 11 winning streak. They have the second best record in the league, only behind the Cavaliers, sorry, and they have created a very great gap because they have 5 game advantage against the second place. They are the Memphis Grizzlies. In this moment, the Grizzlies, by third consecutive week, they are in the second place. They have a 22-11 record, and they have a 7-3 record in the last 10 games played. So this is amazing. The Houston Rockets, they are in the 3rd place. They have a 21-11 record, even that they have a back-to-back losses. And the Dallas Mavericks have a 2012 record. And remember that even they need to, the most probably they're going to foul more position because Luka Doncic injured in the Christmas Day against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the most probably he's going to be out minimum 1 month. So they're going to suffer, and the most probably they're going to foul more position. My favorite team, Los Angeles Lakers, are in the 5th place with a 18-13 record. They have a back-to-back victories, and they have a very great week. But this week is going to be a very tough week, so they need to. If they win their 4 games, they're going to escalate more. But let's see. The Clippers have the same record the Los Lakers. No one is talking about them, but they are there, and the most probably the Kawhi Leonard is going to returns to play in January, the first day of January. So if he stay healthy, the Clippers are going to improve a lot. The Denver Nuggets are in the 7th place with a 17-13 record. And in the 8th place are the Minnesota Timberwolves with the 17-14 record. They have 3 straight victory. And the Golden State Warriors are in the 9th place with a 16-15 record. They have been playing a very bad basketball in the last 10 games because they have a 3-7 record in that period. So they need to improve because if not, they're going to be out of the playing zone. The San Antonio Spurs have a 500 record, 16-16. And the Phoenix Suns are out of the playing zone in this moment because they have a negative record, 15-16. They have a 3-7 record in the last 10 games played and a back-to-back losses. So if they continue of this way, the most probably they're not going to qualify even to the play-in. The Sacramento Kings are in the 12th place. They have a 13-19 record. They have a 6 losing streak, and for that reason they fire the Mike Brown. its former head coach. The last Friday, in my opinion, this was an error because thanks to Mike Brown, the Kings qualified 2 years ago to the playoff for first time in 20 years. Mike Brown made that the Kings qualified the last year in playing tournament. I think that this was a mistake, but for that reason, the Sacramento Kings are one of the worst teams in the league in the last 20 years. And in my opinion, in this moment, the Kings still have possibilities to enter to the play in, and I think that the Trailblazers, the Jazz, and the Pelicans are the worst three teams of the league, and they are eliminated. You can see here the Pelicans. This is what a very surprised why they are very bad. They have a 9 losing streak, and I was very surprised because I didn't expect that they were until the bottom. So you can see here that this conference is very close. You can see here that the Thunders, like what happened in the Eastern Conference, like with like the Caps, they are creating that enough gap to stay in the first position. But you can see here that from the Grizzlies, the Rockets, and the Mavericks are fighting to the second place. And this is interesting because you can see here from the fifth place, there are the Los Angeles Lakers with the 18-13 record. To the 11th place, they are the Phoenix Suns with a 15-16 record. There is only 3 games difference, so everything can happen because everything is moving. And even the Kings are 2 games behind, 3 games behind the last play in the playing tournament. So everything is very close and it's very exciting. So in this video, I talk about how are the NBA standings are through 10 weeks of games in both conferences. So I hope you've liked this video, and if you have any comment or suggestion, you can write me in any of my social media platforms. So see you next video. Chibran.